you kill some of the political and military leadership, and then suddenly people flood to the street for to get rid of the ever so hated regime, and they would, welcome their the aggressor as their savior. And of course, we see no such thing. And but again, this overselling how despised the government is, and the preparedness for people to rise up and topple it and embrace the U.S. invaders instead. It is important to get the war approved within the United States, though, which is why it's often a good as a good thing to look for what's happening within the United States to see if any red flags are going up. But I did want to ask though, if the United States launches like a bloody nose attack, that is, strike a little bit at Venezuela, and essentially threatening if you retaliate, then there will be much bigger punishment. The danger then is always one ends up like Middle Eastern countries where they just bombed every now and then. Do you think how would Venezuela react to such? Do they have the ability to strike back? And I heard discussions about drone programs or in Venezuela, but I'm not sure if they are exaggerated. What are the capabilities, and how do you think Venezuela would use those capabilities if there would be like a limited bloody nose strike, or a different form of show of force, which is not a full invasion, but anything
Sure.
less of this?
Sure. Well, as you might expect, Venezuela's doctrine currently, the Bolivarian doctrine, basically it's regarding superpower like the US, it would have taken an asymmetrical approach. And also at the same time, Venezuela has significant air defenses. It's not as easy as other countries in the region. Actually, that was one of the reasons it stopped. Back in 2019, there was like this attempt to do some military pressure from Brazil and from Colombia back then, and the Brazilian military actually pushed back, not only because of the complications and the implications this might have, but also because of the air defenses, and also because another extra fact would be they would lose their strategic depth of their own military doctrine based on the Amazon. But they were deterred in that way, as in not being the best of ideas. Also, you don't have Colombia right now as a platform, at least you don't have the Colombian government as a platform as willful as it was back in 2019, 2020. That's why Marco Rubio is pushing so much Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago this time. And actually that's where one of the main dangers rely, from my point of view.